morning, good morning, good morning. Hi, hello. Welcome to the first April edition of the Juice Presents Breakfast, right here on Voices Radio. It's your girl KSLICE on the dials for the next 2 hours, and let me tell you, this is a soundtrack that I've really been sinking my teeth into lately. We're diving into that electronic, jazz, jungle leading joints today, and I'm kind of into it, you know. This is what I've been kind of circulating in my rotation recently, actually, and I've been going through like timeless boiler room sets, and one specifically that I've been kind of enjoying is Fred Again's. And I know lots of people have their opinions about Fred Again, but there's something about those tracks that made it so timeless. And even though they went jungle, they're just that electronic kind of light feel that I really enjoyed. So I really wanted to put that into the music that I am selecting and soundtracking your morning to this morning. But yes, soundtracking beneath me right now is an artist that I haven't actually plugged in for the longest of times, the one and the only Tara Lily. This track is called Don't Explain, taken from her 2022 album Last Flight Out. Tara grew up in Peckham with a British Bengali household, and her sound is just a beautiful blend of global influences. She's been like soaking up everything from jazz, R&B to electronica and that traditional Bengali like Indian folk sound, which is just incredible, and it really shows with some of the recent stuff that she's been putting out recently. She actually dropped a tune last year featuring the mighty Theo Crooker last year called Speak in the Dark. If you haven't listened to the joint, please go check it out, because trust me, it's a must. But yes, I'm going to be doing what I don't normally do on the show, and that is jump into a mix, straight into the mix this morning. Today's selections are too juicy not to, and trust me, every track in here is one of those like, wait, what's this moment? So I'll be spotlighting them as we go. IDs incoming, I promise, don't worry, I've got you. I've also got a very special guest joining me in the studio later. He literally just flew from Spain, so he's coming straight from the airport here to the Juice Presents Breakfast Show, and I'm so gassed to have him here. He's going to be selecting some of his tunes, some of some friends' projects as well, and just diving into his story, his musical roots, and just everything in between. And yeah, I'm so excited for our conversation. So I'll introduce him properly later on in the show, so keep it fluid with me. But like I said, let's get straight into the mix. And this next one coming up is a Sade classic. It's an incredible mix. It's a jungle edit, because you know we're keeping with that electronic jungle feel for today. And this is Like a Tattoo. This is a Skips jungle edit, and yeah, this one was in my rotation for a while, and I was like, let me jump on that Sade trend. I really want to jump on that Sade trend, so here we are. Here's me doing that right now. But yeah, keep it locked with me for the next 2 hours, people. It's your girl KSLICE here for the Juice Presents on Voices Radio. it's so rude to talk in front of this incredible vocal, but if this doesn't sound familiar to you, crazy. This is from one of our own, Dear Day, with a brand new feature track that literally released, I think, 2 weeks ago now. It's crazy good. Nothing Lasts Forever. This is incredible. This is by the amazing producer Sun. Oh, this song has literally been on my rotation, and this was actually on my rotation when I was playing in Lisbon because it came out on the 23rd, I believe. So yeah, this was definitely like played left, right and centre, and it's reached 10k, which is crazy. So yeah, big love to all the supporters. Thank you so much for listening to the track. It's honestly amazing. So yeah, congratulations DR, this is mad. I did tell you that today's show, especially the beginning half of the show, is going to be a little bit more electronic jungle feel. I don't know, like I said, I've been recently just listening to a lot of like electronic jungle edits or like productions, and obviously with inspiration of Dia's track as well that came out as a feature, I was kind of like, I want to base the show a little bit on this spectrum, which we don't normally do it. We like to dip into a more of like humble R&B, jazzy, but I guess like this kind of incorporates so many different things, of hip hop to jungle to soul, R&B. It's crazy. So I think it was just a nice combination, do you know what I mean? Just under me we have the incredible Athena with Dreamverse, which I think it kind of speaks for itself. You know, the song itself is so dreamy. It's so like, I don't know, ethereal as well. Maybe that's a great sound for it as well, ethereal, but it's got that punchy drum and bass, slash liquid drum and bass, shall I say. So yeah, I don't know, I just kind of wanted to go through this, if I'm honest with you. But then we're going to switch up the vibe because my guest is on his way right now as he speaks, touchdown from Spain. If you guys don't know, well, you guys will get to know, but he's featured here on Voices a few times. I know he was here recently on a very cool takeover that happened a couple of weeks ago. So I'm excited that he's here back, and yeah, we get to chit chat basically. So yeah, stay locked with me. I'm gonna go back into the mix. Like I said, track lists at the ready, track IDs. I promise I will put the track list out. But you can find the track list on Spotify currently up on there. So just search The Juice Presents, and all the tracks that I'll feature will be there, curated. Plus, I'm going to add my guest track that he's going to be featuring on the show, and we'll talk about it. And I guess that's going to be more funk soul. I don't know, actually. It's like a bag of all trades. I actually don't know what he's going to bring. So I'm excited to kind of explore that and chat to him about that as well. So yeah, keep it locked with me for the next couple of minutes. And then, yeah. I can't believe I'm jumping into the mix. Like, what? Who am I? I never jump into the mix. But it's actually quite fun. And it's fun doing stuff that, like, doing genres that you don't normally do. I do add a little bit of jungle to my stuff, but not to the intense of this. But yeah, man, I hope you're loving it. Let me know on the Mixcloud or the Chat Tango on Voices Radio if you're loving the tune so far. And yeah, keep it fluid with me. Let's go. I told you, we changed the mood up a little bit. The sounds of Isaac Eseli featuring Chaos in the CBD with Midnight in Peckham. This is such a great housey, jazzy track. I mean, it's almost rude to talk on top of this beautiful brassy trumpet. I think it's a trumpet. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it is. And it's just fantastic. Yeah, I'm obsessed. Oh, I love it. I love it. Sounds of Tiwi Dabu with ARP 8. This is such a cool vibe. This actually came into my rotation. You know when Spotify or Apple Music just like goes off on a tangent, like you've just finished your playlist and then it just puts suggested stuff that you're into. Well, this is the occasion when I was watching Fred Again's like Boiler Room, and you can listen to it on Apple Music, and like all the transitions that he did, etc. And then this, like after I listened to it, like this came on to like my suggested sounds basically, and I was like, this is so cool. It's like electronic, but it's got jazzy kind of like vibes to it. It's so cool. Oh my god, my guest is here, which is so exciting. I've got a couple of more tracks to feature and then I'll be talking to him straight after. But yeah, this is a really cool track, and yeah, I'm obsessed with it, and I hope you guys are enjoying it and obsessed with it as well. But yeah, keep it locked with me. My guest is here. He is entering the building, and I'm excited to jump in and just chat about music stuff, because you know this is what music people do, right? So yes, a couple of more tracks to feature and then we'll jump in on a whole different vibe. So yeah, let's go. We're in to the show. Hello everyone. Hello, good morning. Hope everyone is well. You are currently locked in. Oh no, we're all good. We're good. Don't worry. You are currently locked in to the Jude Presents Breakfast Edition here on Voices Radio. And I'm so excited because my guest is here and we get to talk about music stuff because we're music people and we just love it. But I just want to introduce the almighty Pierre Antoine, a Peruvian-born Barcelona-based DJ and music creator whose sound has no borders. His sets aren't just for the dance floor, you know, they're deeply international and deeply in its journey, and it's thread together through rhythm, history and soul. And he's rooted into this incredible idea and just this living archive that I'm just here to kind of embrace, and for him to tell us a story with some of the tracks that he selected, as well as the tracks that kind of lives by him as a DJ, as a music curator, as a selector, and just immerse ourselves with the connections, the cultures, and the different continents that he likes to embrace in, whether that's Afro-Latin, whether that's rare funk, whether that's, you know, Middle Eastern percussion. It's just incredible. I've caught some of his sets at Cafe 1001 a few times, and you know when you're just that person that you just don't want to go up to him and be like, that was amazing. You just want to like just enjoy your moment, just enjoy it, embrace it. But I'm so gassed to have him in the studio and to talk to him about music. So hi, Pierre.
Yay. Hi.
Hopefully that introduction kind of did you justice a little bit.
Oh yeah, oh my god.
Well, like I said at the beginning of the show, thank you for flying over. I know you've got some stuff later on today, but thanks for coming through to the show. I know it's super early.
No, of course. I mean, like waking up at 2 a.m. is no problem.
Just waking up at 2 a.m. casually, you know. But I hear it. So, no, we really appreciate you coming through and gracing us with some of your selections today, as well as some of the tracks that kind of move you as a curator or DJ or just a music lover, which is great.
No, thank you so much for inviting me and for this great welcoming. I'm really, happy to be back in London as usual.
Yeah.
And when you asked me to come, and I said like, well, I'm not in London, but I don't mind. I mean, let's book this flight.
Let's just do it.
Yes, I love radio. I love connecting with people through radio and music. So I'm always up for that.
Yeah. And I love even just before our interview, even just conversing and swapping messages. I love the fact that you said you're a chatty person, because so am I. I love to talk. I think it's just so important.
Is the Latino background?
I think it is, I think it is. I think it's just I don't know. We're just very happy, just chatty people, which is great.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's some moments we're we need a moment of calm. But when is that moment?
Well, and we are speaking in English, so we are calm.
Yes.
Otherwise, we'll be woo.
I know. It'd just be really super fast Spanish, and then people would be what is going on?
It's crazy Colombian, Peruvian going.
Which is so mad. But I guess what an amazing transition. I know I breached upon it in the introduction, but if you were to describe you as a curator and the DJ, what were your influences of music, and how did you transition into this music industry? Would be really cool to find out.
Okay. Well, actually, my first contact with music was when I was a kid living in Peru. My father used to listen to a lot of funk from the US. I think also because of my grandfather, who used to spend some time in the US. He was bringing some records.
Crazy.
Yeah. But then when I was, let's say 9 or 8 years old, we I don't know how, but we managed to get a radio cassette.
Oh, amazing. Yeah,
those
yeah.
black radio cassettes. I don't even remember which one. So I started recording from the radio that I could listen, and finding out how can I use those cassettes, and you have to put some tape on them, or just some paper, and lick it so you could record over.
Oh my God, that must have been such a special moment. I love that.
Yeah, and I'm talking about this now. I wish I had those cassettes. How was Pierre 8 years old? Pierre selecting in comparison now.
I know. That's what a journey. To go from finding out the cassette, and then like you said, putting those selections where you needed to then be this person now. That must be such a lovely journey.
I mean, on the way, when I moved to Spain, I think at the beginning I was kind of connected because some people kids in my school were in bands, but at some point I didn't have time, and I started working quite early in my life to help my family. So basically there was no music in my life for a certain time, let's say during 10 years.
Crazy.
And those were the most sad times in my life, actually.
No, I can imagine. Because it's a lot. I think to live without music or something that you're so passionate about, and then for it to completely die for a couple of years or how long you had it for, and then to jump it must have been whoa.
Yeah, no, it was life-saving, I'll say. I had a really bad depression at some point, and then I decided to move. I was traveling. I traveled for a year, and then I was connecting with other people, other artists, and then kind of I got that thing when you want to connect with something, and then I connected with music again, and it changed my life.
Amazing.
But I gotta thank some people that I found in my path. One of them is one of my best friends now, called Javi. We were working together, and he's a producer.
Incredible.
I don't know what he saw in me, but he said hey, you need to DJ. You have great taste, good hear. Just do something. And I was no. But yeah, And then I started like DJing in parties in Barcelona. Then I stopped for a while, but then I started again, and yeah, I've never stopped.
Crazy. How is there any like particular highlights as your DJ career that you can kind of pinpoint and just say, wow, I can't believe I've done this, or like special moments that you can really, I don't know, step back outside of whatever and kind of soak it in? Like, is there any particular moments that you've been like, oh wow, this is crazy?
Yeah, there was one moment connected to Javi again. He pushed me a lot, and there was this how to say, like, contest
Yes,
for a festival, and then he was like, "Oh, you should like join the contest, like send your mix, and then you can play." And I was like, "No." We were in this party, full of DJs, people that actually were like in the contest already. They were talking about that.
Okay.
People who've been in the game for a long time, and I was like, "Dude, these people here, they're in the contest already. They're like talking about that, and they've been like playing for ages."
Yeah.
But he was like, "No,
Just do it.
just do it." Whatever. And then I was like, outside it was like 10 p.m. and we had like until 12 a.m. to send the.
Oh
thing.
wow.
But I was like literally like 4 blocks from my home. It was like, "No, leave. Don't stay here. Just go and record." It was like a 30-minute thing, so it was easy.
Okay.
Just play whatever you feel and then send it. And I was like, okay.
And then you like going
and
home
I
like.
went, and I was thinking like, fucking Javi, why you made me do this? That's fine. And then I did it, and then I forgot about it. But I said like, well, okay. I felt like good, like doing something, and then while recording it, was like, actually, it's not that bad. And I wanted to play some music from people I knew, and music from him as well. I try always to put some light on the people I know, or the local DJs or artists, as we're gonna do later. But then I don't know what happened, but I won the contest.
Oh my god,
And I
amazing!
played that festival.
And then that must have been crazy.
That was crazy, really crazy. Yeah, that moment like changed like everything.
Because in your mind, I'm guessing like you were just like, I'm not gonna win it. Like
No,
it's
of
just a
course
last
not.
minute thing. Like
Yeah.
I might not be selected, but then that must have been such a reassuring moment, having either an email or like a phone call or however you got communicated to this that I'm doing this festival.
Yeah.
Like it was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I got an email and I was like, what?
Do you know what? I love that moment. I do love those moments. You're just like, sorry, me? You want me? No, it's very imposter syndrome. I always say, like,
Yeah.
you just don't
constant.
understand. That must have been crazy then. So like after that, I guess it's the preparation of curating the sound that you want to curate for the festival.
Yeah, I mean, in that moment, I just decided to play whatever I had, like, that I felt for the festival. It was like a daytime.
They're always my favorites, I must say.
Yeah.
I love
yeah,
a daytime festival.
Yeah, definitely. I started like playing at night because when I started like playing, it was more like house and techno. But then I kind of like swift towards more organic kind of music.
Okay, yeah,
So
yeah.
usually it's the opposite. People start like playing.
So yeah, like some
and
people
then
chill and then you go into the.
yeah,
But this was the other way around. It's like
yeah.
nighttime and then bring it into daytime.
I'm getting old.
Stop it! No, what do you mean?
I wanna be at home like at 4 a.m.
Do you know what? I hear it because a lot of others that I know do exactly the same. We're just like, no, I want to be in bed by 3.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah, no. I think the last big thing was in La Paloma in Barcelona with Charlie Dark and Santa Leticia. And actually my idea was to have like a different kind of schedule because sometimes you can play from 7 p.m. to 1 or 2.
Okay.
But then the venue changed. It was like, no, we're going to start like 11 and we're going to finish at 5.
And you're
Like, do I have to finish at 5?
oh my god, stop it.
And then I had to take Leticia to the airport in the same morning, like at 7. So it was like, yeah.
You just go straight from the gig to the airport.
But yeah, if Leticia's listening, I love you. I didn't mind.
You were just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, of course.
In terms of obviously your vinyl collection, because I know you have a huge vinyl collection at home.
Huge.
Well, you've got some bangers in there.
Could be. No, but I say, I think I have like 250.
That's decent.
It's decent, but it's not that much, you know. When people
True.
say like, "Oh, I don't have that much, just 1,000 or 1,500," it's like,
I know. I'm like,
yeah.
my
Yeah.
collection's tiny. To be fair, my collection's exactly the same. Because I don't know about you, but when I buy vinyl, I buy vinyl because I love it and that's what I want to listen to. But then there are some that you find in like car boot sales or just like charity shops or blah blah blah, and they're like, wow, these are treasures, like cheap and treasures, give them to me. But then the ones that I'm like want to support as like either an upcoming artist or something, like you want to buy properly and you're like, oh, I want like specific pieces in my collection that is worthwhile. I don't know if that's the same on your side.
I mean, I think it's a mix.
Yeah.
Also, I think you have to find the balance between the super exclusive holy grails and then the €1. And usually the €1 things work better.
They are. It's true, actually. Like literally the 50p, the €1, £1 ones they're the best ones to get, and I don't know. There's something about it that is just so classic, and you're like, oh.
And they are very well produced.
True. This is very, very true. But I guess like, what inspired you to create your collection? What kind of, is that through like your childhood going into it, or was you just like, oh, actually let me start collecting? And what sort of pieces did you start collecting first?
My first record, I was Peaches Brew by Miles Davis.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was like 2 years ago. I wasn't even collecting, but I was just I kind of ran into this record fair. I had no idea. It was like out of a train station, so I was coming, who knows where. And then I saw it, and it was like, oh, I was thinking like, oh, it would be nice to have a record collection someday. I was very dreamy. I still am. But
there's not a wrong thing to do. No, we love being dreamers.
Yeah. We actually moved this world,
Yeah, literally.
And then I got that. Actually, I mean, probably he doesn't remember, but the person I bought it from, then we became like we connected, like 5 years later, which is like
goodness.
recently, and
okay.
He has like a record store, and we've been like sharing, thoughts and music.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's so sick. And then
Cool.
it kind of transitioned into like different pieces, and then you get another vinyl, and then another. It's a curse. So an absolute
it
curse.
is.
I'm literally
We
this.
don't have savings because of that. No, kids save money
Yeah.
for records.
It's so true though. Like, I guess when you get into the world of just collecting, you just
Yeah.
here we are. Waste your money, but it's not waste of money because it makes you happy. But
Makes you very happy.
it does make. Yeah, I will say it does. It does make you quite happy, to be fair. And there are a couple of vinyls that I even have in my collection. I'm like, oh, actually, it wouldn't be me if I didn't have that vinyl. If that makes sense.
Yes. Which will be then?
Oh,
Now I interview.
I know. Now the tables are turned. Do you know what? It's crazy because there's some that I've always wanted, and then there's some that are really, really unique. But I mean, for me, is to have like an extensive collection of Erykah Badu. For me, like Erykah Badu is someone that I was introduced to from a very young age, and then every single collection or concept album that she brought out was very important. So to me, every single one is I need to have the whole thing, and I'm still on the hunt for a couple because they're so rare. But I mean, yeah, Mother Gun is like my favorite, and Biduism is like the two of like my top. But yeah, having the collection that she brings is just like, wow. And then just having that just to play, and you're like, yeah, do you know what? I'm just gonna listen. I can listen to her all day. So it's like, oh, I can listen to you. So I guess like, yeah, those vinyls are super, super important for me. And then I've got like newer stuff that have come out from smaller artists like Dragon Fruit, which I was very pleasantly gifted as like some of like their newer stuff, which is really nice. They're a really cool where are they from? They're from the Netherlands.
Okay.
They're from the Netherlands. They brought out 7-inch, which is really, really cute. And I was like, oh, and it's the same color as a dragon fruit. So like the vinyl is pink, and then the middle is like white with specks. And I was like, this is so cool. Like, what a way to kind of, you know, introduce your band name, but in your vinyl collection, which is crazy. So yeah, I have those from them, and I've got like some of their recent ones as well. And yeah, I guess like those two are the ones that stand out, but then everything that's in the collection, I know they're important. What about you? Is there any like spotlights for you that you're like, I couldn't live without this if I didn't have it in my vinyl collection?
There's like a lot of jazz and Latin jazz per se, and then I've been very fan of cumbia, you know.
Yeah.
Cumbia peruana,
Always.
colombiana.
Come on.
It's like, yeah.
Love it.
And yeah, actually, I found them in Peru. When I was in Peru, I just went, you know, digging, and in those places where everything is like super like crowded, records on the floor, you just have to clean it, and like you're like in that process of okay, just gonna clean for you and to listen. But yeah, you could find like so many like great things like that were recorded in the 70s, and yeah, that was like one of the moments of happiness. Like first of all, being back in Peru, you know, and connecting with my roots again, and it's something, and probably you feel it as well. You are back. You don't know how, but there's something like vibrating inside you.
100%. I think, yeah, it's kind of special because, yeah, like I said, I'm half Colombian, but I'm also half Portuguese. So even when I went to Lisbon recently, even though my dad's not from Lisbon, he's from the island Madeira. But I've been to Lisbon a few times, and it's just nice being at home. It's just like your second home. So it's exactly the same thing when a few years ago when I went to Colombia. It's like, I feel like home. It's just with your people. It's just a different atmosphere. Everyone's more nice and friendly and just great. Not that here it is not, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know, that there's like a vibration that you're like, oh, this is quite exciting to be here.
You're nicer.
Which is nice for people. No, I'm joking. But yeah, I think there's just it's a whole different quality of life that you just don't expect. And then when you go back, you're like, oh wow, I want to be there all the time. And I had this conversation a few days ago with a couple of people. People were like, oh, how was Lisbon? How's Portugal? And I'm like, I don't want to leave. I want to stay there. And trust me, I'm getting my Portuguese passport. I'm gonna go there and live for a bit and come home. But yeah, it was just a really cool experience. And I think what helps is obviously you know the language because it's your roots and stuff. So you just act like your normal self, which is great.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So, obviously, you have a couple of tracks for us.
Yes.
That we want to feature on the show. What do you want to start with? Do you want to start with vinyl, or do you want to start with some of other collections? Where do you want to go? What are you feeling?
You know, I've been listening to Linda Dawn.
Don't. Yes, I know. She's on a couple of festival lineups this year, which is really exciting.
Which ones?
I believe she is actually going to be featuring on this new jazz festival that Voices is part of called Jazz and Wick, and she's going to be featuring on there on one of the stages, which is really exciting. So yeah.
When's this?
This is the 13th of September in Hackney Wick. There's different stages. It's in collaboration with Ori Jam, Brains Child, and is there other people that I'm missing? I know that we're extremely involved as well. So yeah, this is a new festival that's been in the works for quite some time because I've been speaking to Toby about it for I think I knew of the foundation like maybe a year and a half ago, but we just wasn't able to make it happen, or for whatever reason there was things like stopping us. But I didn't know about it until they released it like recently, and I was like, oh my god, this is a new jazz festival, and it's literally just through like jazz, just literally a whole day of jazz, like a day to night fusion of just incredible stuff from, classic stuff to more futuristic to more like breaky jazz. Yeah, there's like a whole combination in the different spaces in Hackney Wick. So what a way to be alive and just enjoy it, really. So hopefully I can be part of it. And this is just my shout out to that I want to be part of it. So tell them. Yeah, literally, I'm telling you now, I want to be here. But yeah, that's amazing. Oh yeah, so yeah, Lynn Dawn. Tell us a bit more about what drew you to her.
I mean, usually I try to check like artists from London as well, since I come here like a lot. And when I listen to the latest record, was like, oh wow, it gives me like, it's like has this jazzy and sort of very connected to soul vibe. I don't know, when I was listening to Groove Washington Jr., this kind of, it's like sort of funky, but in a very subtle way, and then you can be romantic, and then, I don't know, melancholic in some way, but not cheesy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then, yeah, I mean, I just came to my mind because I was in Switzerland, like 1 hour
Literally
ago.
1 hour ago. 1 hour ago.
And I was driving, around the Alps, and I was like playing.
I'm so jealous, by the way. That must have been so like just peaceful and amazing.
Yeah, very peaceful. And then I just play 11th hour, Linda Dawn, while driving, and I was like, so connected to it, and very, chill. And I fell in love with her.
I'm obsessed.
Yeah, I just wanna play.
I just wanna play it. I don't blame you. Shall we play her?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Let alone time to nap. Seasons of yesterday pave our way, but tomorrow to become a new.
I was literally saying I'm a DJ because I'm blending. We had some incredible sounds there. Do you want to talk to us a bit about, obviously at the beginning we had Linda Dawn, but yeah, this one's more personal to you, which I think it goes in the right that you should explain a little bit more. So talk to us about the story, how you guys met, and a bit about this artist.
So we just listened to Bossa Supernova and Regular from a very good friend called Nicole Torrealba, or Nicolife, that's her DJ moniker.
I love it.
And we actually met, but we didn't met, I saw her.
Yeah.
I saw her. I was like walking through San Antonio, which is a neighborhood, and she was playing in the street along with another girl, which also became part of the crew of the radio. And I just, I love her vibe, and like her like vibe and everything. And that when you see someone and it gives you this, I don't know, you just want to hug them.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's crazy that you said that. Because someone that I met in Lisbon said exactly the same thing about me. They just met me and they were like, oh my god, I just want to hug you.
Yeah, they feel like Cali. Yeah,
Do
you
know
have
what
that
I
vibe too. That's the first thing we did.
Yeah. So I hear it, yeah. I love that.
So and then I approached her, said like, hey, can I invite you to this radio we are like building up in the city, so you can have a show, you can share your music, and it was great.
Wow.
And then we became friends, and it's like really support each other a lot.
Yeah. And I guess that's such an organic way to meet as well. It's such a way that, like you said, you stumbled upon her when you were just walking through the streets of San Antonio, and then there she is, and you're like, oh my god, let's connect. And that's why I love music people. Music people just do that so naturally.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so great. And then obviously since then, she's been producing some incredible music and repertoire that's, yeah, I really, really enjoyed listening to that. It's like, obviously the first track kind of goes without saying, bossa supernova, like it's a very bossa nova, but then it's got like this hip hop edge, like beat to it, which is so, so cool. And I love that so many genres are now mixing like between each other, and it's now a bit of like a organic thing where everyone just wants to create, and then whatever genre, like the genre's unspecific because it's got this fusion and this fusion, and it's like, where do you put this music? But it just makes sense. And then yeah, regular, I love the guitar. The guitar, the plucking. Yeah, I'm obsessed. You're introducing me to new people, which is so great.
Yeah, that's the thing, you know,
That's
like
it.
connecting the cities through music and artists.
Yeah.
This is something like it's been on my mind. Like I'm coming a lot to London now to also connect with artists from here, and if I can bring them to Barcelona, would be great. And doing the same like as when I brought DJs from Barcelona to here, and we were like a Cafe 1001. Same like kind of let's share, you know, the mutual interests.
Yeah.
And yeah, and just build that bridge.
Yeah, I think it's so important because, yeah, you kind of you're showcasing music that I wouldn't have stumbled upon, because obviously that's the music that you're rotating in Barcelona, but like hopefully vice versa, the sounds that you kind of listen to here, you kind of take them back and you're like, oh, welcome, this is this is my catalogue of the sounds that I've been circulating in the UK. Bring them to Barcelona come to the UK, and vice versa, and even like, yeah, even to Switzerland when you were in Switzerland.
I mean, I was listening to Switzerland because, you know, I wanted to spend some time in a really expensive nature.
Do you know what? Kudos to you.
Yeah.
I hear it.
You know,
Sometimes
you
you
don't have
need
money
it.
and you
Yeah.
want to. No, I was visiting a friend, and she's listening. Like, hello, thank you so much for hosting me. It was really nice. And now I discovered this. So I was around Switzerland, driving around, but then I spent like the last 2 days in Zurich.
Oh, incredible. Yeah, yeah.
And actually, there's, I don't know if you know the Blackbirds.
Yeah.
I saw like they're like performing there today.
Oh, crazy.
Oh no, tomorrow.
No. Are you going back?
No.
Are
I
you
wish.
sure? Are you sure you don't want to do that? Spend some more money that we don't have.
I mean, if I go back to Switzerland, maybe I can come back to Barcelona.
You know? Just do a little like stop off trip.
But yeah, no, I was like, and then I saw they were also performing in Paris, like because to this, I have this life. I don't know which day it is. Okay, this Wednesday. So tomorrow they're performing in Switzerland and then in Zurich, and then on Friday in Paris. And I also contacted one of my friends, Melanie. She has a radio show in Reims. And I said, like, hey, do you know the Blackbirds are going to this place in Paris? And she was like, yeah, it's the place where I work. I was like, no, oh my God. Yeah, because she's a sound technician.
Crazy.
So I just envy her so much right now.
Are you sure you don't want to go to Paris? There's a Eurostar just here.
Yeah, I checked this morning. The Eurostar is like 200 euros. I said, like, oh my God.
I'm so dead. But I hear it. Maybe you can find an offer on Uber, though. Uber could be a bit cheaper to go on a Eurostar to Paris.
Yeah, no. Maybe I can check coaches or.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really know transportation, and I'm not that good. I always take like the same train. It's the same. I'm just, you know, connected to the Times link.
Yeah.
Because I always fly to Hatwick.
Yeah, I hear it. I like.
And then I walk.
I think. So basically, it's just Thameslink and walking.
Walking. And
Fairs.
then if I take
Maybe
the
a tube.
subway, tube, 1 hour ride. Everything is 1 hour.
I know, right? It's crazy. Like, I was saying this the other day, because I'm not based in London. I'm from London, but I'm not based in London. But I was even talking about, if I even moved to London, considered coming back, It take me 1 hour to get to the other side anyway. So if it takes me 1 hour to come here from outside of London, why the hell am I living? Why the hell do you want to live in London?
Yeah.
But I do like that everything can be close if you need it to be closed, in a way.
Close.
Close.
That word
In
close.
proximity. The word close is a quite yeah, not that close.
But no, it's always nice to be here.
Yeah.
So many things going on actually.
Yeah, I guess like that's what's so special about it. It's like every day or just every minute of every day there's something going on creatively, whether that's DJ here or like a event or spoken like thing here. Like it's just so busy. Sometimes I don't know how to keep up. How do you keep up?
I don't know, and I'm trying to keep up with 2 cities.
Do you know? Literally. That's what
That
I'm
is a
saying.
bit
Like,
much.
do you have any advice to keep up with things? I don't know.
I don't know. Anxiety keeps me awake.
I love it. Have you got some more tracks for us to
Yes.
feature?
Let's.
What are you feeling?
Now it's like more, a little bit faster.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
This is a beautiful track, Pierre. Thank you so much. Just quickly talk to us about the previous track that you played on vinyl. That was a little hidden gem that you found.
Dudu. Yeah, I found it in this nice record store in Zurich. Thank you for the people who recommended me to go to. It's called 16 Tons.
Okay.
And beautiful.
Yeah?
Beautiful place.
You said it was very well organized.
Yeah, it was well organized. You know, you could see like everything, you know, label. And
Yeah.
But then you'll find like some racks, you know, under the table that weren't like that organized. But then you can find there, you know, the nice things. And then great. I just wanted to spend like an hour. I spent like 2 or 3. Sorry, friend. You had to wait for me. But if the people of Zurich are listening, thank you guys. It was lovely to meet you.
Yeah. Oh, this is so sad because this is like the end of us, really. But yeah, in terms of like Pierre DJ and curating, like for this year, what's the goals? What's in the pipeline for you this year?
I started producing. And then
I'm also gonna jump on that boat too.
yeah, of course, let's do it.
Oh my god, exciting!
Yeah, I mean, at some point it was like I had so many ideas, but never like started like, you know, putting like together in the computer.
Yeah.
And then most of my friends are musicians, producers, so yeah, they keep pushing me.
So this is it now.
This is it now.
You're gonna be Pierre, Pierre the producer. I like that, P&P.
On top of all the lyrics. Like physicist, astronom, like this is
hey, this is it. This is it now. It's just a long list. That's exciting. Are you playing much this year? Like, what are you doing DJ wise? Have you got, or is it just like spontaneous? We'll see what comes along.
I mean, sort of spontaneous. I got some bookings like for May as well and April, but I actually wanted to spend more time at home, or well, maybe not home, but you know, traveling around, being in nature, disconnect from social media as well.
I hear it.
And focus, you know, on producing and see what happens.
Yeah. That's amazing. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to hear some of the stuff that you produce. Please send it over.
Sure.
I'd love to feature it on the show when you've got something going. And yeah, this is like, I feel like with the guests, there's always like a part 2. So like when you're ever in like London, just shout us. We'll go for a coffee and we'll just talk about music and stuff like that. So it's exciting.
We need like I don't know, 5 more shows.
This is it. Like just 5 more shows of just selections, which I'm so here for.
Can I come every Wednesday?
Of course, you can come every Wednesday. I'm here for you. Pierre, you've been amazing. Thank you so much for coming on the show. So yeah, I'm gonna quickly sign off because we are just 1 minute to go. But yeah, coming up next, we got Dancing Around the World with Carrie Williams. So keep it locked here on the Wednesdays. But yeah, you've been listening to your girl KSLICE here on The Juice Presents Breakfast. And then yeah, you can listen back to some of the incredible music that we've been featuring on the Mixcloud and Soundcloud. So yeah, big love. Thank you so much everyone for locking in. I'm gonna quickly fade in and then Carrie's gonna plug in ASAP, and then yeah, we're gonna show and get the Wednesday going. So yeah,
Bye.
Bye.